Okay. Hmm. Shit. Forgot to do my routines. Let's go. Mhm. Mhm. Yes, there's a time for your next lessons, honest. You're giving well. I trust taking the occasional brisk walk. One cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. And soon you haven't followed Kana's instructions. You should be ready to face more dangerous threats from in western Lunosia. And speak of roselings and wild jackals, and yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. Tis perfect sample size. The first act is preliminary test case. The second test your hypothesis. The third perfect. Your device. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply flinging your moon over and over. You're not the novice you once were, and your skills feel all reflected. You find yourself flying for approaches because there is solve ruin and tandem with attacks of your carbon alcohol. When time approach, you can deal a crippling blow to your opponent. of episodes, so it's pure culprits to Roosevelt, so let's rather we trump with more demand and dangerous challenge. Next trainer will have you coming first year, kinda on their run for inspections. Experience will afford you to witness firsthand the practical applications of Archimania. Pray do not tarry, Delta. Kelly awaits you on the floor below with further details. Appearance as expected. You see directly. It's a job at hand. I've been tested examining the wares of a goblin pillar run by the Bolistocks family. Range suspect there disputes been merged or dealing forbidden goods. This killer announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. Prepare strategies to respond to this possible shift in hostilities, but there is an important precondition you should be aware of before we discuss the finer points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted formation of texts, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ most of the self-same strategies on the field of battle. Pray, keep it the factor in mind and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Now, should we give the goblins off the battle your to execute combat pattern 1, 3, 4, 5, otherwise known as Stratagem Focus Fire. Your mere combat will concentrate attacks on a single foe, and one the enemy will wither under the command models. Slot probability of victory 95%. Reports place to put alerts in the vicinity of the cookpot in the middle of the lot, and I'll see you. I'll depart immediately, assess the situation, seek me out once you arrive. Zephyr Gate. Dang it. It's all over there. The hell? Oh jeez, those guys moving scare me. Proud. I am Forcier of the Melvian Gate. You receive social and surrender goods for inspection. Nasty, sneaky peeker, scabby, split up lantern's nosy eyes, unstabby iron. That predicts well aggressive response. Very well. Delta, remember what we discussed. Measure stream. Looks fire. Switch color of evasive maneuvers. Excellent decision. Hey, Tygo! Exploring attack, the battlefield is yours. So, affirmation proves I may have been observing our beloved Guildmaster himself in action. This was a perfect example of how a strategy for given tasks should be tailored to abilities of the assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating checks, it's necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there's another question I like to ask. When it comes to improving probability of success strategies, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths or shoring up your weaknesses? Jesus. Oh, again, your spawn is going to last roasted. Most revise the probability potential to attain greatness to 97%. You're one to keep an eye on, that much is certain. But to resume subject battle plans, calculations must include an accurate assessment of available techniques and or relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limitations, the limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. Maybe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your reports vicious. Sylvia room until we next meet. I shall abide here until the Yellow Jacks arrive to take pillars into custody. My strategies will keep me company. Alright. Come on. Shields up. Helia contacted me with summary events. It seems you retreated our lecture, not only myself, the particular lesson not only taught only the minaret practitioners. Without sufficient store of combat experience from what to draw, it's difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep to your studies and maintain the reserve edge of your mind. Don't just take the money, because all of this gear is useless to me right now. Yeah, basically all useless to me. Oh, look. The topaz one, which I ended up accidentally skipping over since you get from the quest, and I have the emerald one. Oopsie. These entire deaths are sleep probably orders and can suffer without sufficient rest or recuperation. Should you deem yourself fit for duty, pray make your way down to the practice floor for Sirikala has requested you coming here on another official inspection. Just have a requirement for your procedure. The first year will explain the situation. Anything else, Kelly? Thank you for coming. I'll soon be boarding a trading vessel. It's suspected of smuggling. A large ship that makes use of Lawrence and Lawrence supports are subject to inspection by Milivin Gates assessors. It is routine I perform daily. In case of smugglers, however, there is 74% probability of encountering resistance. Thus appreciate your company during this assessment. It is now that must discuss where our persuasion reformed. The full confidence in your martial expertise is imperative that you first acquire the ability to summon Topaz Carbonel. Such knowledge will be released to you on the contingent that you acceptance of this duty. Yes. Good Arcanity. Given form by the Topaz geometry will further expand your offensive capabilities. With such an ally in command, even the harsh environment means will falter. For indeed, you cannot conduct these dangerous spot inspections without his support. Please return Miss Throne before informing you of your participation. I'll join you once I've completed some final adjustments to my technical formulate. Well, assuming the 15 quest is 2 quests combined, but they didn't want to just give it to you, so they had to split it into 2 parts. One that just gives you it, and the actual one. You agreed to accompany to foresee the National Guard to instruct you in the use of Topaz Carbonacle. Pray do not hesitate to employ this into the combat should the inspection turn sour. I should learn summon Topaz. I learned the other stuff. These are just area. These are multi-hit ones. AoE attacks. So yeah, I don't need to put them closer. It's not worth it because I already have the hat. Yeah, what I have, the hat and this body combined, there's more than this. Versus Gisrin and Aristotle are here to assist with the inspection. Both are old hands when it comes to escorting Kala during her more dangerous duties. What Delta, my spells are at your disposal. It won't be the first time we're expecting trouble, but so long as we follow Forseer's texts to keep a clear hand, we'll come through just fine. The Morning Star is preparing the dock at L-Port. We'll meet our first challenge, however, before we even board the vessel. It's almost certainly that the merchant ship has hired a thug or two to accost us at the pier. I calculate the probability at 98%. The crew wish to avoid attacking us on deck, you see, as that would all but trumpet their criminal intentions to the world at large. Once we do manage to clear the rails, we will face a deck crowd with armed sailors. For a small party such as ours, most effective strategy will be to incapacitate individual foes as swiftly as possible. Each opponent put down is one less weapon raised against us. It is imperative we do not allow ourselves to become tangled in multiple drawn-out skirmishes, lest we be overwhelmed. I call this stratagem Hammerfell. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation to desired reality. Keep those words in mind, Delta. It's time we departed. Let us regroup before the main gates of Alport. Mr. Garrod has Delta. Pray inform the steerman at the pier that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should rounds be offered, you are to excuse our Jim interval. Do not forget your texts are both your shield and your weapon. For a moment, not hells, I knew there would be trouble. Starting minutes, you can stuff. You'll find the line about just down here at the end of the ramp. I'll have no important what comes next, though. Quickly handed Delta. Once again, I'm reminded of our guild master. Oh, no. Thanks to your efficient response, we were able to commence inspection earlier than I calculated. We shall board the merchant vessel on our way. You would take the road of the Morning Star awaits. So before yet the pure failed to deter us, suspect with a probability of 85% that our arrival will incite further belligerence. Our objective, however, is not to trade blows but to gain access to the hold. It may behoove us to employ stratagem hardhead. The aim of our is to buy time so the suspect goods may be tossed in the ocean. I don't intend to give them that time. We will bowl our way toward the cargo hold as quickly as we can. Objective fraught with risk. One that presence makes possible. Shall we begin? For City Highway, by authority of the Melbourne Guild, I request you surrender your goods for assessment. Yeah, you're gonna get worse time. The old door rusted up. You see, blazing one. You'll have to come back another day after we fix the hinges. I'll see that cargo now. Any vessel entering the port of limits unlimited is bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. Oh, that's, I reckon it's time your guest had himself a little accent. Pitch him over side. I like to imagine that this is actually taking place after Endwalker, and they just have no idea. They just don't recognize me at all, and they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. I like to imagine that, like just pretend that this is taking place. Like I know it's time locked, but I like to pretend. It's General Hardhead. They got destroyed. Like that, now we're finally getting access to the cargo. Oof. Oh yeah, everyone. Shooting up, don't scamper around when you ship. Name is the only thing you know, or you ain't invited. No, it can't be. Recognize your pretty face, did you? But you were caught, exiled. Horsey, are you hurt? Can you stand? Stay back. You stay away from him. See, please come on. What are yours? You've been observing enough of these bloody books. It's clear you ain't learning anything from them. So you got a different kind of lesson. No, it's a preserve. See, we must resolve. Go quickly. Back to the boat. We'll carry the force here. Alright, he's linked back your emergency road. Go. Why didn't let me beat them up? But they were just the pirates. My Carbonakle could have beaten the shit out of them. He could have eaten them for breakfast. Well, I guess I now know what I'm gonna be fighting at level 30. Yes, you does like sent order shells before the events, but considering the first Blackheart you faced, you might have fared much worse. Have you heard of the pirate Dos Magna? He was exiled from Lisbon some time ago, but it appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's orders. And was more Jared's lace hand for Zero. The poor lass must have been terrified. If I'd known Duncan was aboard the ship, I never would have assigned her to that duty. This sister may require some time to recover for Kyle. That man is a nightmare made of flesh. Our physical wounds may soon mend, or as though it could do solve the hurt in her mind. I'm concerned. Angry map. Harness the energy and challenge your training, and predict we shall be needing your seals again before long. Hold on. I should check. These are better, so... And so his doubt fills your mind, you should know that I am never willing to lend it here. Feeling your thoughts trouble. I'll ready to say what? How do you know this? Because it seems that Kyla is not. The Force has been missing since this morning. There's been other times where she's disappeared without word, but we've always been able to find her. Last, it's not the case this day. The Regal Master here could deduce where her whereabouts with nary a moment's concentration. Find something and wonder if those who devote themselves over much tarkemia are more prone to bouts of wanderlust. But while I must wish to ponder further oddities of character, we must needs organize a search party. We so kind as to make inquiries at Hawker's Alley. It's not common for Kyla wanderings to take her path through the markets. Seeing Mikoto, well, yes, I've seen her, spoke of her fact. She was, however, apprehended by the Yellow Jackets. The sir was drilling me for details about the Korean smuggling rings based in Outport, but then the soldiers arrived to take her away. If you wish to know her fate of Swick with Guinness of the Coral Tower. Carla, you have our information regarding the appearance of the pirate dog. I'm ever cursing all you. That's the only reason to conceal the nature of our disclosure. Perhaps you're already aware of this, but the Forcier was once held captive by the rabid sea dog. Few pirates sink in such depths of depravity as Dosamaga. It has been 6 years now since he was exiled from West Midlands for engaging in the worst kind of black market trading. And now the villain has returned. He has, however, been cunning and cautious and continues to evade our troops. We had hoped to borrow knowledge from Forcier cause whose experience have given her an intimate familiarity with the way a scoundrel operates. At least that was our tale after whether barrage questions from our sister we found ourselves instead of providing details of our search. Should we wish to speak with Forcier, I imagine she's ready to return safely to your guild. Alright, well, I do believe she returned. I'm afraid not. So I just told you something of her with John wants to say. Perhaps it would be best if I told you the entire tale. Doug's most baggage was the result of a surprise inspection that revealed his involvement in the underground slave trade. The sister that stepped aboard the pirate merchant spoke of finding dozens of unwashed, unfortunate crammed into the squalid hold. Among those prisoners was a young Makulti destined for some black market auction block. Though Kala was initially too terrified to even speak, the guildmaster brought her out of her fearful days with the gift of initiate's grimoire. Yes, the self-same told that she has carried her entire career. Of course, did you not mention Kala's grimoire was thrown into the sea? There was the quick rumor of ill to retrieve the black market goods from the crew. A monster hit onto the ocean. Even now, he gloats over his salt-encrusted catch in L-port. Terry Puzzle for years most prized fishing was caught up in the Caribbean salvageness. Have no doubt that Kylo has reached the same conclusion. I'll port with you. Also, there is where you find our wayward successor. This combat Counter 2, 5 stations to recover all expected to near no. You have to nullify a thaumaturg trigger 2. My retrieval strategy is complete. Does as good you I'm able to calculate for certain if you would piece together my movements in time. Very little certain which so many variables are involved. The other good news, the prisoner was kind enough to confirm that the trader who salvaged the motorcycles Judson card didn't retrieve a total match in the description of my lost grimoire. As a law policy, Amengo would support the confiscation of goods connected to an official inspection, but last, my personal belongings do not fall under definition. Thus, I intend to launch an official investigation against the black market and his cronies. I was already departed for Candle Keep Quay. Time I gather such allies possess and count you as one of them, Delta. Despite the danger of the Cinderella, Mistress Orma has offered me her cooperation. If you would pray join her in a Shin's embrace, that is where we shall ambush the torpedo Kikirin. Just teleport. Let's say your police are a small company. You are equipped for our trust. Now already kills around once the Kikirin appears on the bridge. We spring our ambush. Strategy for shoving their trigger relies on 2 allies we have concealed on the other side of the room. The prisoner maneuver was naturally the Force Seer's idea. As for Tucker himself, the Kikirin is known to be a careful, cautious fellow. He tells us well written to avoid attracting attention, but do not be fooled. The most poor bodyguards follow at a distance and will likely join the fray after hostilities ensue. Do not ever expect assistance from the electrics. They cannot be seen aiding us in what amounts of personal honor, but they are willing to turn a blind eye for Kelly's sake. In any case, Force Seer's tech is accounted for our limited numbers, individual strengths. Fixers be assured. Now let's take up our positions and wait for the Kikirin to arrive. That's where we go. Push them back. Now. Dang it, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Aspire from switch to fire 256. That's really awesome. Now, Final Four Series Grimoire. Do you like Grimoire? Try to hand over the tome. Your wonderful Grimoire is ruined. Lord, part of this good news zeros. Even the most brilliant strat, you cannot do such ravages as you are. Felt so defeated this time I returned home. Leave her be. But how can I? You're right, you must allow the time process to loss. You have other matters which may come Delta. It's time we return to Gil as well. Oh, right there. If you imagine the one color will hold service hard, but you can see light in her hope dying in her eyes. There's also something we can salute. I'll call you right soon, but in the meantime, we'll start deepening your knowledge about Arcademia. Him das Werk Huskins for years unchanged. She walks about as if all joy his life has been leached from her soul. Leon can help her now, same percent broke. Hello, spirits are absent Gilmas, and though I'm weary of the continents, the man himself has at last long been spotted. Should you seek out his last known location, as long like he will still be there. And should you catch up to him, he may not deign to speak with you. No, this may be our only chance. Pray tell to Memorian's trading post and up and speak with anyone who might see a Guildmaster. Oh, and one more thing. What we prefer is not to use it for some reason. Our leader's name is Karatia. Previous, I was the one who sent Mortigo starting earlier. It was a rare sight to see. The red told Zio roaming around here asked me the way to Thalos. Could be he was seeking to speak with a scholar who lives out there. See where we're going. It's also arcade skill, not obviously. Possess a well-rounded education. Simon C. bid me fast match anyone keeps searching. Related the 3 slips of parchment. Hold the problem to the solution. Most mentions was are concealed among the bones of Thalos. I suppose you're expected to search for each of them. We'll just do this while I'm here. do not think I'm gonna actually be able to do this in time. Think I started way too late. Here's down slips of parchment. You said these actually exist. Before that, I thought you had been sent a wild dodo, just this whole look showy. Well, penned in ancient Algan, no less. Fortunately for you, I have a passing familiarity with the script. Seek the box at full falls, and dig through your wooden audience. Claim the secret from the opened heart. For cryptic instructions, I say, dude, send the following legal master. You certainly enjoys his games. The lid of the box is jammed shut. It's also still 6 feet. The translator has been loosened somewhat. Nice apartment inside the box. To the answers you would seek, then go to training posts now go. Before the owner, be not meek. With your 2 feet, provide a show. It's funny dance too. That was most entertaining. That's something that amused me during these little John Sparks of civilization, you understand? So you're vouching of your realize how I calculated that you would arrive at this point somewhat earlier. You blocked that dancing, didn't you? I never expected you to be so shy. You know, roll out to the list of characters. I keep extensive mental notes of all the guild members. You see, darkness is simply a matter of engineering events, so that I might meet you face to face. After all, strategy is a tool used to milling one situation into distant reality. Oh jeez, why is the lighting doing that? And so, Joy, others dance in the palm of hands as it were. You have this payment for your performance. You might consider passing the Tony Call. That is the reason you sought me out, was it not? Before you give the Caligram, however, I must insist that you dance for her. I will know if you don't. Huh. I was being all encouraged is simply exhausting. It's time I return to my studies. The other hand should travel forthwith to Anchor Yard and let so it said, "Be well, Delta. We shall meet again." 100% certain of it. Your guild master, haven't you? Actually, your honor, he does so enjoy seeing people form unexpected acts of frivolity. What kind of spur to speak with you in such a person? What could give you this grammatic in me? Uncanny. It is identical to the tome I received the first time I ever met our leader. You have my thanks, Delta. The Gillister is fond of games of mission, and I understand the troublesome Charles he likely put you through before deeming you worthy of his attention. This gift, however, as much as when unclear, I am the cheap reality and still one I desire. And that means defeating Dosmaga. House. My mind's alive again with strategies. I must have time to think. Pray, inform Mr. Throne of my return to duty. I just realized something. You can see both areas of Lamentia from up here. Mm-hmm. I've recovered from our responses. That's wonderful news, and we are using to our Bulka and our Guildmaster possess such impenetrable personalities, but at least in the case of Forcier, we have an inkling into the nature of the cage that imprisons her. Can you help her partnership with you shall gradually pry those bars apart? Turn to your training delta and prepare yourself for demanding tactics callous short of formula in the days ahead. Oh, I can't do this right now. Because that's 4 whole levels. But I still have this next. I'm gonna be right back though, because I gotta run to the bathroom. Alright, bring him back. Alright. He felt the aura of power surrounding you as Pavel. The glitter begins to bind my thaumaturg's eye. Your today should be taught by Kokobani. Go to him and hear from the chapter entitled The Threat of Paucity. So does you come learn the third Elspar. I promise you, however, your education shall not be third rate. Let's reach the second chapter, shall we? Also, no last moment trips the free rail. The threat of paucity, how magnificent the ruthless power we wield. Flames devour, ice and tomes, and lightning courses through the stricken body of our foes. But also desperation. No spring runs dry, flames sputter out, ice melts in the swift, and lightning sparks over. No you this threat, and mind your limits of your mortal vessel. As here I thought as a thaumaturg who exhausted her arcane reserves, as not by the woman with a stick and a funny hat. Okay, that's funny. The funny hat. The funny hat comment got me. Images, you may as well. With the ethereal energy flowing through our veins, to our very lifeblood. Should a battle find us lacking in precious resources, we are as good as dead. Only expenditure of power requires an standing ethereal balance. The scales can tip in one or two directions, astrally or umbrally. When your mind spiritually into umbral direction, thaumaturgy is affected by a state known as umbral ice. The potency of your spells is diminished, but they also require less energy to invoke. On the other hand, a thaumaturg or astral fire state will find the potency of their incantation enhanced, but the greater cost of our etherical stamina. Now, because of etheric balance, and efficient casting foremost and round, compared to go force slay 8Fs. Pray, do your best to stay alive. It reflects badly on me. On the wall, the corpse of one of my pupils is returned to the ossuary. Gate and Alt is where I need to go. Oh. Someone named themselves as Stidian. Oh geez, there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people just sitting out here. I'm back. Oh geez, there's a lot of stuff in here. Mhm. Mm. I don't know. Oh, what? I guess Cerberus is a mount? Those people have a Cerberus. So many people as usual. You're straight breathing, wonderful. So much similar. So questions to a student, however, for necro. Romantic divination. Tell me what action would you take if you found the thought mark so endurance exhausted in the middle of battle? You don't know. Correctly, it's sweet withdrawals who await the replenishment of your energy sounds ready. But should there be nowhere left to run, a vial of ether can be your Stoic ally. Not ether, drought of the gods, with thaumaturg to deed. Any who practice the arts of ethereal imagination value substance above all others. Thus, it is with unrolled fur that we received the most recent report of basement activity. This is the module raiding party has attacked a caravan on the trade route that was made up of entirely of precious ether. That was convenient, but your new knowledge to test annihilate these elemental bandits and retrieve the cargo of ether-filled vials. According to report, the armored ward transport was last spotted to the south of Drybone. Early Kokobuki has additional requests. While you're busy answering all, be sure to collect some samples of their blood, assuming you can draw it from the smoking remains. There we go. Just cinch knowledge of blood. So because there's so much ether, it's so very comforting. The delivery cocoa script that was stolen, I see Delta's listeners had the desired effect. I assume the vial of Silver's beastman blood cool should be pleased. Enough word from you, Mr. Have you finally decided to be my training thaumaturg? You can those kind of to obtain supply blood for you. Dr. Squidmine explained how you have been using this instant research to create a mana-amplifying elixir. Naturally, we are most interested in the results of such a so you see, we're in the right position with science. You need this farmer to my family. The battlefield is dangerous, and our skills are not exactly suited to keeping others safe from harm. I see, but this is another time to blame for my calling. I do not want to cheer you on from the safety of my workbench. I want to fight by your side. We cannot just stand at the thought of you being harmed. Pray, do not do anything foolish. The applied for someone for how difficult it must be not having a natural opportunity for our arts. As I mentioned, does like because we are strangely unsuited to the villain thaumaturgy. Even with proper training, he would be unable to cast magic as we can. Were he to attempt to force manifestation of power, strain in his etheric reserve would likely kill him. Let's not dwell on unpleasant circumstance. For you, on the other hand, remain thaumaturg or remain diligent studies and do not cease your efforts to expand your wellspring of power. Seconds once more. Today, Coco Bezzy will instruct children to the threat of superiority. However, let's still the Hillman words. Thirst for my intimidating power, we wield flames through the air. Ice frost the ground, lightning flashes with blinding incandescence. But not all are cowed by elemental fear. Ignite not your flames summoned. Now you are strike not with your lightning. No, yes, you this threat and stay your hand against such foes. Once you cut away all overblown energy, the passage draws attention to an important sex. While stubborn does not engage battle against opponents that she cannot defeat. A fine example of people avoiding conflict within duels. Multifarious merchants, the soulless, provident creatures are afflicted with madness of insatiable avarice. You must recall the credit you received from the Malja. Minutes with a number of our peddlers have arrived at guilds with the guild demand recompensed for the few measly vials we emptied as our just reward. Right, yes, we drank our bloody box, but the point is the guild cannot presently afford us to pay such a despise you on secret of the most potent defense. Shameless weeping. Not speaking. Here, sir, I want you to shout to these tyrannical traitors to cry your eyes out.
Seriously? Seriously? Asshole.
cry off you aliens. You aliens me, I'll take care of the loss on my own purse. Why is this working? Alright, I don't want to chase down those wanderers for us. I'll let it go once it's time for your sake. Oh dear, I'm not angry at you. You're saying it's those 5 ether out of bottles I to get you with. You tell the next time this happens, I'll have the price taken out of their unprincipled hides.
Why did that work? Why did that work?
Parts of the serious, I said, you'll have a recovered for our arm. I will take your recent request, for instance, which I have nominated you to serve for next trial. The team is going to ask how much we're going to destroy a cursed relic they unearthed, known as Mormos, or while poultry is by and large immune to tears. The Alcaron thieves that subsequently stole it concern me. The Alcaron is an organization of criminals not normally known for their gentle understanding decision, rather than attempting to engage in a gang and drugs. I was rescue knowledge is a threat to your person with a well-timed sleep spell. The Alcaron have been seen traveling north of Dryron. Find them and destroy the urn they carry. Again. Someone will you please pray, allow me to shatter the urn. Since you attempted my brothers, my finally dying sickness, so I followed you. We got here go all noisy robots that are about to get the skin. Figure out where they come from.
No. Nitago.
Alright, sleep. And then stop that.
Hey, Kaduki! Thanks for the raid! And do the shout out. How are you? How was your stream? You know, it'd be nice, dude, if you could antidote me. Hello. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, Tygo, for doing the shout out. Hey, yo. There's something incredible outside. I wish I could wield the same sort of power. Were you playing? Oh, I know that. Have you ever heard of Let's Game It Out? He's played that game before, like, but he just completely breaks it. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure I remember correctly. Apparently, they used his game to fix it. That's something incredible. That's up. I just read that. Game Alchemist in hopes of creating some manner of mana and play English of all my efforts have been for naught. The results have been far too mild to make any difference. You're supposed to have more tricks like my brothers. I've already pitiful, powerless little sibling. Oh no. Oh no, I have a feeling where this is gonna go. Which made me feel fine see what people of. Wait, don't you dare break my arm. What the heck? That he's just a hero of the void scent. Well, nice void scent. There is no such thing as a nice void scent. See wants to seal me in for helping immortal. If you're so kind, open let him I'll be happy to grant you wish anything inside a fortune thing. Atmosphere. Like ethereal power that equates to my brothers. Power perfectly accelerates effects. Slaying ability. Very deep in his grip. I will see one thing for me to turn it loose. Oh no. Or there you go. Open the lid. I know. You're still there. We go on. So, oh, we're supposed to rate this out. Oops. Yeah, they're fine. Nice for sure. Home watch all this excitement. Alright. See what's gonna happen now. He's gonna get possessed, isn't he?
So guys, you're making a habit of not dying. But it's just short for a while. I would ask about Cobalt. Saw him from odd, but odd unusual. Would you know what would happen? So is that your child? For a dangerous, foolish to interfere with the Homer's training, I shall have to scold him most heartily. Such was decided to press you claim victory, in spite of unfixable, like teaching of young to search you out. Experience control of death demonstrate I believe you are ready to add a new spell repertoire. Scathe, elementally neutral blast of farce will provide effective against all manner of opponents. Be sure you go to Sin Kishin Fishing. I shall grant you leave to return to your train. Pity index hostile creature that crosses your path. Alright. Scathe. Let's move this over. There we go. So as it deals 100 potency and oh, and it's an instant spell. Oh, good. So that way, that's good for dungeons and stuff when moving. That's nice spell. Alright, let's see. See if I fear you fall victim to marriage slayer. Have you not heard of recent spate of Bruce abilities sinking with taking duel? He falls one dead down, target a corpse is found bloody battered and utterly drained of theoretical energy. Ill times, I'm glad you're alive from fertility. It's time for you to delve in the final chapter of Yawning Abyss. Coco, second young Simon will read to you from the threat of perplexity. Greetings, Dylan. Once more further pursuit of Pages of Pearl, then let's begin. Purposely, magnificent daunting power, we will flame pursue ice, transfix light, and dance the ranks of our enemy. But her descends when from all sides those ranks close, flames or smaller ice crushed lightning ground, no less threat, and where your monos foe. When dispatch is ready apparent, it would be most prolonged, for example, or you meet this malefic mission and he or she proves to be multiple murders. What thaumaturg needs to thrall or courage companion? To come here in case this collection comes to take down for your child. Go well, pray, allow me to search protocol. Post does change. News, first letters, thaumaturgs that we know about is found following waters at all fix well. I would have Delta aid me in hunting down the Cropa while trial is yet fresh. Delta may be tolerated to your intrusion if your last trial last time, basically. But you are hardly the hardy henchman she needs to clear such a headless hurdle. Crims are in small but fears. Here's Delta Valinor recently entered my employ. Use your service of Stalwart Swordman, then present DB in line learning, pleasant perhaps. No doubt that this be about business. Kokowano has a change of heart. I'll be waiting for you in Norfolk's well. It's concerning that he's
emphasizing certain words.
Was that Kokorusi? Good. Have you caught my rogue friend here? It's a warrior mentioned back in Osiri. No time to waste. We went in the stream and examined the same age. It was so, but my delicate stomach, I fear might contain the same rumor. You look for anything else, track us down the killer.
Alright.
Incriminating? Yeah. Saw must have been recently. The villain must look for him. Return to Creek or by his life. Looking for time to say your saturated. Nothing else. MG will let me slayer until him. Her job really command stands ready and leaps to your aid. Shows its claws. Keep busy, just focus on your magics. Those are best to stay well. Put the bugger to sleep. I can't take. FFXIV, I'm off to collect me coin. It's plenty. Is it hard that one I'm sorry will float away? Oh, did you not notice? We should roll the trial. What should you? We're not afraid. There were the organized right clicks for constant part to nurse L house. What do you want to do? I'm sure that someone your color handles such an MBS. I'm fast speaking fled into little cable. Hurry now, force this way. It's a hidden a cranny. Not Kogosi. Well, it is Kogos, but Kogosi is possessed by a voice that escaped from Warzone. It's feeding on the etheric energy of all those slain thaumaturgs. What do you remember to tell you, or to be next? So I want to absorb your delicious power since the moment we met. There has been such an amusing trait. However, did you see through it? Goes, well, how could I not? And it's time since I destroyed you, Moro. I put stop to these sinister killings. As the eldest, I must take responsibility for my family's misadventures. You coward like you, destroy me. Your opening strike should have pierced my heart. But instead, you aimed for the knife. Fear stays at your hand. Fear that slaying will also slay your sibling. You were assigned someone, I shall forever leave you with it as a thought. It was Kosi for which the master's power. Here's our constrained stand decides what is it cool. What a shame that he must now stand against you. He. Please to me that there is no such truth to that creature's words. I surrendered the perfect opportunity to end this, to share my own teachings. Tears are also reinforced to complete your trials. I will remain here for time and gather my thoughts. Right. No. That. The look was very interesting. I just slid away, but your stint with the swordsman was no less successful. Consider chapter complete as your time at home teaching is at an end. Well, to be honest, there is with additional advice, but cookbooks is an extracurricular with David either, not delve into those diabolical depths. I dare not think to die, you understand? In former hours of Kokosi's misfortune, I have yet to reconcile with the maelstrom within my own mind. The most fundamental is with all my demands I slay the creature where it stood. It was the most opportune moment to strike minimal rest of victory all but assured. How many more would suffer for my hesitation and my cowardice? It was likely to be some time, however, before a moment surfaces again, to kill again. Now we have to uncover deception device and will now seek a new hunting ground where Kokosi's face is unknown. It will strike my brief. I must devote the time to considering the next course of action. Pray leave me to my musings till time. I'm back. Mm. Hmm. I saw you coming. Everyone watch all things Kokobu told us about the dreadful business with Kokobu. We must locate our fortunate younger soul as soon as possible and deal with him. Kokobu is not his usual unpleasant self, brings me here, and so incisive, terrifies me. In fact, perhaps you might speak with him, help banish air uncertainty. So long have I organized over Kokobu, these plus the measures I might take to extricate him from it. Not due to simply call upon my thaumaturg colleagues. No, they would seek to alert my brother outright. Our teachings from yawning is allow for no other alternative. There's one tiny glimmer have word that the scholars who requested freedom armors have returned from their expedition. They're cleaning encamped armor, blowing in the ink on their collective findings regarding the wretched Woodson. I'd ask you to seek these other roly phono and beg permission to pursue their work. Yep, drive on again. You keep going here a lot for this quest. Secure room, secure weapon. Depth down is the most cunning ritual, method conceived by the mage's belt, to be honest. When considering such creatures with 3 villages, one must but last time stand explaining achieving creating project here, take whichever room you at your leisure. Pin them down. I suppose expect recovery mine is our right first of extra sets to share with potential publishers. Well, it's doing more afraid of anyone eyes avoids it. She's far too powerful to make use of the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus send only her spirit to possess the corpse or some other suitable holes you'll find it all. Explained in the second chapter. Oh, up there. So let's see. What does I? Of course, we let share friends fell steam of voice. Your first chapter, my own humble contribution to our research. It tells tale of how we can aware of creatures themselves to the nature of the urn and imprison her felt power. Do I have to use even more, Gil? Yes, you charged the book. Here's the unearthed in the ruins still suffering wrought by the singularly powerful with the cunning and terrible seductress known as Marmaro. Adrenaline was born to swear the mages of the now fallen city fashioned an urn that would drain and imprison the ether to any creature that laid hands or claw upon it. Marmaro believed she was seeking a gift of appeasement from the big monster found her very essence drawn forth the trapped in the crawl pot. Over the course of the captive ethereal energy was intended to weaken and dissipate, allowing any surviving descendants to safely shatter the urn, destroy Marmoro's inner spirit. The puzzle later was never to be opened again. To do so would release the ravenous voids and freeing her soul to enslave the nearest mortal vessel. The position of nature is irreversible. The only mercy for such host would be a swift and divisive demise. That explains Morrow's facetious thaumaturg. Aside, colossal spy produced correct substance for weakened void sent. Forced her to prey upon richer sources of ether to restore her hideous power. Most of them may prove vital. In fact, it may be only glimmer of hope. For Sibling has. Pray, hand this over to Kokobigo. I shall be along momentarily. The work was well study and nasty boy, now I should hope provides him salvation. Especially not women's roots here. It's a no choice to employ our traditional approach. The fraud danger is a solution that promises an tolerance to killing us. If we fail, however, it would likely mean death for us all. The reason about major possesses our elderberry. What of avoiding threats, eliminating the risks? Is that how you thought targets do battle? Good fisherman more draws ever closer to her full strength. Means we miss but we should strike down Kogoboki. For all of White Sin is yet feeble. Sure, still same sentiment. Sorrow though I may be, we must slay our enslaved sibling, and soon. Surprise. For us is to return for Lucy Cole from us while far away such as to go herself on my mana. You cannot success will drain you to lifeless sex, and such a feast will awaken terrible magics. Well, my part is vast, I would your most thirst will be slack before my spirit fully run dry. And only you'd save Wilson, which will then face the combined wrath of those and the 4 guild masters of thaumaturgy. I held frail against this paragon of Pre-internal potency. We have always avoided against one. We have no advantage. The fault lies with me. Even if I encouraged such avoidance and taught only wisdom of certain victory, it is time we learned courage to fight a battle of unsure outcome. These details I ask, instruct us. Yet one chapter left in yawning was one that is customarily hidden from new members. Undertake the trial found within. Show my brothers what it means to be brave. When such thing up for Dazzla, when even her guildmaster have yet to attempt the ghastly test. The arcane you all possess far greater than you believe. Dazzla once you himself prepared for the lesson. Should find us to meet us at the hallowed hall with Thal's respite.
Teleporting to Camp Drybone again. How many kill in my illusion?
Almost over, did it? Your family's troubles, but I'm confident with the many terrible trials you have bested away, you'll prevail once more. The end chapter Yawning was presents a trial challenge the accumulating knowledge and skill of a single thaumaturg. You must employ all the tools if you hope to seize victory this day. Let the trial commence. There is no escape from the abyss. The white swells of the realm, on wings shone inkly. Teeth that can barely watch. That's all you can. The next starts at hand. Provides takes shape. Go swiftly lest you perish. Once again, defy the void, the final nightmare approaches. Shaggy, Orange Trouble, Lord of Five come. You did it. And so she would think, I think this would actually be excitement. Oh, and then all those things gave me enough XP, so then this will level me up. You see, now with primal energies, thaumaturgy at your command, there is no threat which you cannot overcome. Perhaps this chance to possible. I need to reconsider some of my strategies. See, we've been wasting our potential. I never could have believed possible for mages to show such courage and live. One wonder, Deltas. I feel my fingers itching, fling fire with fury. It's just one of them is just sitting. Well, granted, I think do all these quests like take place like before like story wise and level wise before the first MSQ Void Sent encounter? Wait, no, not even because. Or no, wait, I think it is because it's 16. I think that's the Void Sent dungeon. Hold on, I'll check after this. Imagine my siblings. What terminal enemies you might topple should you stand firm together. Take you all your inspiring display magic of sent minds, brothers relaying with your possibilities of return to guild. Discuss what's to come. Yeah, no, it's level 16, and then. Oh, wait, no. Well, I don't know. I guess because it's a level 15 quest is when he gets possessed. Then the dungeon that has like Void Sent summoning is level 16. So yeah, while it's still dumb, if I remember correctly, it might be before any Void Sent appear.
That might actually be the case where actually that is the first time you're encountering a void scent, maybe. Because I don't remember everything, but just going through the quest log, it looks like still dumb. So like very obviously dumb, but still. You have benefit of doubt of not even knowing what a void scent is at that point. If this was your I don't know. I know, but I'm trying to go with more like story wise, being told what void scent are, rather than just seeing them in the wild. I don't know. Yeah, it's still dumb, but I don't know. Still very, very dumb, but I have to go back to here. Or see me showing cool delta even more. Let's win there before on life. Come on, don't worry. Before we engage voice and perhaps this time we need for my brothers to learn their ingrained inclination. Meanwhile, Cersei heard herself a chasm of studies. Fears thaumaturgy speaking to us all. Ooh, and this one's actually better than my current one. Thunder 2. Sweet. Alright. Oh, I should open my inventory too. And put all these extra stuff. Shh. You do not need. slots are like full, almost full. So all of them will be used. Oh, this one I can get rid of. Right. I guess you can do this. Get a potion, not potions, nobility, regen. Delta, looking over more than white wench, and yeah, fear it. You are as ready for quieting as a chocobo chick is ready to carry a wood whaler, clad in a full plate. It's a cart. For when speaking somewhere, today I would teach you the art communing with the elementals. This is by any measure the very foundation of art. The means by which preserve harmony between the forest and our people. Not far from Sorrel Heaven you shall find a tree, a mere sapling in the shadow of a guardian tree. But that is likewise been consumed by anger and fear. As you placate this tree, consequently will stand before the tree and raise your hands, commune with the elementals that reside within, and tune yourself with them until your feelings are absolute harmony. Before our angry elementals can be stubborn as my dear brother. You must rise if you find honestly rough and foul creatures sent to drive you from the forest. Nor times you must remain calm, dispatch the creatures that settle your heart and speak as the tree once more. If your heart's true, your voice will reach still until its air alone. Remember this, Delta, under no circumstances you allow your anger over fear to overcome you. As practitioners of white magic, the magic as succor and solace, such emotions are anathema to our very existence. To kill you, might as well just knock it out while I'm here. stuff is attacking me. Oh great, another one. Don't you just love it when every single thing attacks you? Finally. Girl, go, since great anger abate. The horse acquire. We're welcome now. It seems you've passed your first test, Delta. Trees are elementals, and the elementals are trees. The lush fruit of the wood is several foot spirits as well time. But you do not need to hear ceremony, Dallas. You felt yourself when you healed that tree. Follows almost prize harmony. When they sense a threat to harmony, they summon forth all power to souls to expulse it. For as long as we will live in peace with elementals, why now literally turn against us? I can offer no answer, only theories, but one thing is certain. We must quell the Great One's fury, and do it soon, lest Gardenia bear the full brunt of the forest's wrath. To soothe the forest wounds and restore harmony, this is our duty as mages of light. Responsibility for transcendent race or nation. Since your success in soothing the analogy, I am more certain of this ever, so that you cannot see past the savage practice and tradition, my dear brother among them. I hope for open minds given his youth, but alas, his pride as a Paja will not permit it. For my part, I'm not entirely unsympathetic to his concerns, and yet the task before us is too great. We must bring him around and see reason, but how? Prove it, I must be alone if my thoughts were not. Find a way to deal with our own. So it speaks onto you, imparting newfound powers. Yes, put regen up there. Mm, It's gonna be difficult figuring out how to properly place these on the hot bar. Yes, shall get some more practice with White Mage? Yeah, I guess I'll just do that once. Because I don't know what else to do right now. I'm just gonna do one dungeon with White Mage. And I guess might as well just do the 35 so I can also use regen. And as usual, as I've found, healer is instantaneous. Okay, I guess we're doing this. go. No.
Yeah. You did it. Was the thing I actually got for free. Shoes. I guess I'll finish it for tonight. Thunder from the game. And like the peaceful thunder. Why does music give me Jurassic Park vibes? Yeah. I guess I'm done for tonight.
Ooh, good friend. Yeah, so I've like figured out like so far of what I've done, like with my mage, like actually like leveling in dungeons and stuff. I found I don't have too much trouble when it's the boss. The part that I struggle more with is when the tank just is getting attacked by everything. That I basically have to just spam heal to keep them alive. Don't even really have time to attack. So I suppose when it's fighting a lot of enemies, I suppose you prioritize doing more just using just only healing spells when there's tons of stuff, and then when there's less stuff, you also attack. I guess. Like when you first encounter them, just use arrow on as much as you can. Go to actions. Um, oh yeah, I see. Stun 4 seconds. Dang, that's a very little upgrade. Only increases the potency by 10. Goes from 140 to 150. Well, that's one that could go on the top bar because that's 3 minute. Because a dash ability. Probably should put. So I guess I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to swap these over a little bit.
Oh, these are all abilities. Cure 3 is another effects one. Hmm. Hmm. But there's that ability that you've used a bunch. Rescue. You dropped me in that hole in the one fight. Mm-hmm. Tiny log out. Yeah, sort out my inventory tomorrow.
Hmm?